What up, dudes? It's Gaz, and welcome back to the WARFRAME video. So first off, thanks for all the support on the videos recently. It really means a lot to see the videos being appreciated and, enjoyed by people out there. Today we're going over Harrow Prime, and we'll be talking about how there's some things about Harrow that actually got buffed more than DE might even realize. So before we get into it, make sure you sub the channel and all that stuff to see when we go live and all that. We've also got a live stream channel on Twitch if you want to check that out as well. Alright, so we're doing a Harrow Prime, basically full overview here, and thankfully for people that don't have normal Harrow, Harrow Prime is much easier to get. It does not require Defection or Kuva Spy or anything like that. So, let's just briefly go over what his abilities do, and we'll just, show how he works, and we'll show the things that DE might not even know about. So, going over his passive, he has double the overshield capacity, so you can have up to 3,000 purple shields with Harrow and Harrow Prime. That's just how it is. Not a amazing passive, but not a terrible passive either. So the way that his first ability works is going to be it's Condemn. This is also his Helmeth ability. You can put in other frames. And this ability got a big buff recently, which will be going out over here right now. So basically how this works, you push the button for Condemn. It shoots a wave of chains that will travel forward. The range stat will affect how far it goes. And here's one of the new changes that Harrow received. Harrow also, depending on how much range you have, the range increase will just... the wave will move faster and further if you have more range. That actually was a recent addition. And as you can see right here, with our build, it says 29 meter range. Here's the fun part. It actually goes a lot further than advertised in the description. So we're going to pause AI. If you remember correctly, it said 29 meter range. Now let's put a waypoint on this enemy and see how far we can hit them from. Alright, so we're at 34 meters. It should be far enough that we can hit them. Let's do 37 just to be safe. So we're going to cast our wave. And it just almost missed them. So if we go to about 35, we're getting about 6 extra meters of range on this ability. 33 should be close enough. So as you can see, 33, we're getting additional range by modding for range here when the ability says it should not be going that far in the first place. So that's pretty nice. That's a nice little buff that Harrow got. Additionally, this ability, it will shoot chains around you briefly. You can't really see it, but it was recently changed. Basically, it makes it where if there's a melee enemy behind you about to slash you, you will chain him up. And every enemy you do chain with this ability gives you shields back and can go into your overshield cap. As you can see, those purple shields, chain some more guys up. We're up to the 3,000 capacity maximum. This will be useful for Harrow's second ability, which is called Penance. You basically whip yourself, and you lose all of your shields you currently have, which is very dangerous with shield gating. But we get some pretty good buffs for sacrificing those shields. We have increased fire rate and reload speed, which is very, very good on a meta weapon like the Kuva Czar. Additionally, we have lifesteal for our weapons. And also, teammates in the area will get healed as well from damage that we deal. So that's a good way to alleviate some reload issues on some certain weapons that Harrow is very good with, because Harrow is a weapon buffer frame. Additionally, what they changed with Harrow's mini buffs is basically you get a big heal when you cast the ability initially, which since shield getting is the meta, it doesn't really matter. That part, the initial heal thing, doesn't really matter here. So range is going to affect how big the radius of your healing range, and strength is going to affect how much reload speed and fire rate you get from this ability. Additionally, didn't talk about this earlier, Harrow's passive has also been buffed where he has a built-in preparation mod in mission. So you spawn into the mission with full energy, which is very good when we start going over his third ability, which is called Thurable. So let's go over Thurable here. This is actually a very, very powerful ability. So what we got is Thurable. So we're going to press the third ability, and if we don't push it again, we will start draining more and more energy, as you can see right there. That's going to be how much energy you're going to be getting per kill. And depending on how much range you have, it will also affect your allies too. And if you get a headshot kill, it gives you 4 times the amount of energy it's supposed to. So currently we have 104 energy per normal kill. So if we get a headshot kill here, 419 energy from 1 kill. That's my entire energy bar in literally 1 kill, guys. So if we just do AoE spam, we're getting plenty. You get lots of energy. So as long as your teammates are near you, they will have infinite energy as long as you're getting some kills. That's why I do highly recommend using a meta weapon on Harrow. He is very good as far as the meta of the game is concerned. He can shield gate easily with his 1, he can get increased fire rate and reload speed with his 2, and he has infinite energy with his 3. So those are both really good. And the recent change to Thurable, which is just basically it charges faster. I still would recommend Natural Talent because you are spamming so many abilities in Harrow and Harrow Prime that Natural Talent will be a staple mod for your build. But since you get so much energy back, you can actually run negative efficiency on Harrow very safely with like Blind Rage and stuff like that. So really powerful ability, but sometimes people will helmet it off. All right, and we're going over the ultimate ability, the Covenant. Now this one's actually one that does not scale with range. This one is an interesting ability. It actually scales with affinity range. So basically XP sharing range. You are going to be giving a buff to people. It will start off with you cast it, you're invincible for a period of time. Depending on how much damage you take during that time or however much power strength you have, you get increased crit chance on your weapons. And it can scale up really high. Just like the third ability gives you 4 times the energy back from a headshot, this gives you 4 times the crit chance on a headshot. So looking at our build here, we're basically going in on power strength and a little bit of range just to get that extra little bump in our chain radius, or chain range to just give us more shields back, give us permanent shield gating. We're actually going to showcase in the simulacrum here. I'm going to show you how long it takes for the enemies to actually kill me if I'm actively playing the game as Harrow. But as far as the rest of the stuff, Prime Flow just have a big energy pool, so you can dump a bunch of energy into your Thurible to get tons of energy back. Natural Talent to make the cast speed faster on all your abilities, very important and very good. And then we also got a little bit of duration. You don't need too much duration because you're going to be spamming abilities no matter what. You're going to be recasting them. You could go for more duration if you felt like it. If you're playing a selfish like solo Harrow build, you can actually sacrifice all range, maybe not all range, but a good amount of range and run something like Narrow-Minded to reduce your chain distance, also reducing your buff distance, but meaning you have to cast your buffs a lot less often. So just for general missions, I'd say Prime Continuity, go for it. And as far as our Aura mod and our Arcane slots, we've got Combat Discipline, which means we damage ourselves whenever we get a kill, but thankfully we've got built-in lifesteal, so we just are full health all the time anyway. And that damage to ourself will proc Arcane Avenger without us even getting shot, giving us 45% additive crit chance. So we get additive crit chance here and additive crit chance here. With these both proc, that's about 95% increased crit chance on body shots to enemies. And then on headshots, it's going to be like 200 and something. So let's get into some Steel Path gameplay here. The other Arcane slot, I've got Arcane Aegis on here. That's just personal preference. Arcane Aegis lets me be really lazy and sometimes get even crazier shield getting than I normally have. But you could definitely try to run something else like Arcane. If you're trying to go for a melee playstyle, Arcane Strike, Arcane Acceleration for fire rate for primaries. If you feel like you need Arcane Energize still after all this, I guess. I would not recommend Arcane Energize and Harrow, though, for missions where you can kill a reliable amount of enemies. And there's other options, too, guys. Like, really, whatever Arcanes you have, you could probably make it work on Harrow. All right, so let's go over some weapons that are good on Harrow. And, I've got plenty of videos about Harrow on the channel. And he can actually make basically any weapon strong. But when you use the meta stuff like the Kuvazar and all that, you can see the destruction on the screen right here. So, other weapons that are good with Harrow. I've got the Tenant Arca Plasmor, a pretty good one. We've also got Vazarin Focus School on here. So since we've got Invincibility from our 4, we've also got easy shield getting with our 1. If you put Vazarin on here and you also have Rolling Guard, there's so many instances of invincibility. It's nearly, I'm not going to say impossible, but if you're paying attention, it's very, very hard for you to die as Harrow. So we'll show that in the simulacrum here in a second. But as far as weapons, Tenant Arca Plasmor, all the meta stuff, Kuvazar, Brahma Tonkor, Envoy, all that stuff's really good. The Sporothrix, we have a video on the Sporothrix. The problem with the Sporothrix is like when you have options like the Kuvazar you're seeing on the screen right now, why would I ever run a sniper rifle in a normal mission? That's kind of what I was thinking about today when I was messing with Harrow Prime. Because I've had a Harrow build for years. I've loved Harrow. Harrow's one of my favorite frames. I've had a build for him for years, and it was just mostly weapon choices and stuff, and I'm just like, why would I ever run something that is not optimal if I'm trying to actively recommend this stuff to people? Of course you can have, just for fun, like I'll use the Sporothrix for fun, but you're going to honestly get overwhelmed by enemies. As a solo player with just a Sporothrix or like a Rubico Prime or something, you need to bring a Kuvazar, bring a Glaive Prime. By the way, the Glaive Prime is nasty with this guy too, so... Kuva Nukor is, of course, hilarious too, as the Kuva Nukor has a 5 times base critical multiplier and not very high crit chance. The Kuva Nukor is basically made for Harrow, guys. It gives you, up to 200% increased crit chance when you get a headshot. That will give you access to that 5x multiplier, like, basically all the time. So very highly recommend the Kuva Nukor. And the list goes on and on. Like, basically, pick a weapon, Harrow can make it really good. He will not make it meta, like we just talked about, but he will make it better than it was before. So let's quickly go over some simulacrum showcase here of survivability with 20 bombards just shooting at me constantly, okay? As you can see with the gameplay, I mean, he destroys. I mean, of course, it's freaking Harrow. It's Harrow Prime, dude! I put an Umber form on Harrow Prime. I would not recommend putting an Umber form on Harrow Prime because he doesn't need it. Honestly, you can fit this build I have on here right now without an Umber form. I just want a little bit more flexibility in the future. Also, the most amazing part about Harrow Prime is he has plus 1%. What is that plus 1%? Not sure, but he has plus 1%. So that means it must be a good thing. All right, so we've got our, as far as, let's go over all the invincibility now so we can showcase this. We've got the 4th ability, Covenant, giving us, with this build, 8 seconds of invincibility. We've got Rolling Guard, which gives us 3 seconds of invincibility every 7 seconds. And then we've got our shield getting from our 1, Condemn, to give us tons of shields. And then we've also got Vazarin Protective Dash for the operator. So whenever we use the Avoid Dash, we get invincibility from damage for 5 seconds. So that's a lot of time added up. By the time we are done being invincible, we're going to have something else left to be invincible again. So you can basically just cheese the game with Harrow. More than usual. Yeah, maybe not more than usual, but... Alright, so let's jump into this... and we also have Arcane Aegis for infinite shields, too. So, yeah, we're currently invincible. Once our shield breaks, we'll decide what we want to do after that. Alright, shield's broken. Aegis procced again. Okay, let's get our shields back. 3,000 shields. And there we go. Vazarin Dash. By the time that's down, our Rolling Guard should be back up. We're invincible again. Gonna re-shield gate. And it just keeps going and going and going. Aegis procced again. These enemies are just clowns. They literally can't kill me. There's no way they could kill me right now. Unless I just like walked away from the computer and stopped playing the game. That's the only way I would die as long as I'm paying attention. So, yeah. Harrow Prime. It's just Harrow, but better. As far as stat buffs, we didn't really go over those. But they're not really too big of a deal. It's just Harrow Prime looks cool. That's the biggest thing. So let's just show the comparisons of Harrow Prime and Harrow Normal at the end off the video. Is that Bombard really alive still? Alright, so we're just looking at 25 more energy, 50 more shield. If you're mad that I didn't talk about that earlier, get over it. As far as my fashion frame, this is the same fashion I had for Harrow Normal. You got the Grax helmet and skin, Necros Noble animation. Attachments, we've got the Lodestar plates. These, I think it's like 1,000-day login armor pieces, but they look pretty nice. And then we've got the new Sentient Ephemera. And as far as color choices, we've got, this is on Agony. We've got Smoke. Smoke, I'm guessing on this. What is this one? This is on Fear. You gotta pick the Edgelord color palettes. We've got another Agony one. And energy colors, we've got Fire, Twilight, Smoke, and Twilight. So not exactly a cheap fashion frame, but I do like how it looks. We've also got the Ash Prime, or the Ash Deluxe Cyandana on here, which is just a smoke machine pretty much. So yeah, hopefully you guys found the video helpful. The build's great. I've used it quite a bit. And yeah, Harrow is great too. This is specifically just basically a solo, or more like a survivals kind of build. You can do Eidolon builds for Harrow. You can do more support-focused builds. He's not really a support, honestly. He's more of a selfish frame with light support capabilities. If you're trying to do a support, just bring Wisp, honestly. So either way, guys, take it easy. Peace.